Have you ever felt like life is pulling you in different directions with challenges and obstacles at every turn? It's a universal experience. Moments when we feel overwhelmed by the demands of the world, when our emotions take control, or when our plans seem to unravel. In those moments, it's easy to feel like we are at the mercy of external circumstances. But what if there was a way to navigate life with greater calm, clarity, and purpose? This is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes in. Stoicism, a philosophy founded in ancient Greece, offers a profound shift in perspective. Rather than reacting to life's challenges, we can choose how to respond to them. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, in particular, left us with timeless guidance that can help us regain control over our minds and actions, regardless of what life throws our way. By following a few simple yet powerful rules, we can transform how we face adversity, achieve inner peace, and lead a better life. These Stoic principles are not mere ideals. They are practical tools for mastering our thoughts and actions. So let's begin this journey together, discovering how Marcus Aurelius's Stoic rules can guide us toward a better, more purposeful life. And to mark this moment, I want you to write in the comments, "Today, I am reborn with the strength of a Stoic." This is not just a phrase, it's a commitment, a reminder of the power that lies within you. The more you repeat it, the stronger this idea will become in your mind. Because the words you choose for yourself have the power to transform your reality. 1. Focus on what you can control. Have you ever found yourself frustrated by circumstances beyond your control? Whether it's a difficult situation at work, a disagreement with someone close to you, or even global events that seem to have no end. It's natural to feel powerless when we face such challenges. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us of a crucial truth. We can only control our own actions and reactions. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius writes, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the core of Stoic wisdom. While we can't change the world around us, we always have the power to choose how we respond. Imagine you're caught in a rainstorm. You can't stop the rain, but you can decide whether you'll let it ruin your day or whether you'll carry on, unaffected by the weather. In the same way, life will present us with situations we cannot control. People's actions, natural events, the passing of time. But we always have the freedom to decide how we engage with these circumstances. The Stoic rule of focusing on what you can control is not about denying the reality of hardship or discomfort. It's about freeing yourself from the unnecessary burden of worrying over what cannot be changed. Instead, focus your energy on cultivating your inner strength, your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude. By shifting your focus to what you can control, you liberate yourself from the constant tension of trying to manage the uncontrollable. The more you practice this mindset, the more resilient and peaceful you will become. 2. Embrace the present moment. How often do you find yourself caught between the past and the future? You may regret past decisions or fear what might come tomorrow. It's easy to get lost in what's already happened or in the uncertainty of what's yet to come. But Marcus Aurelius offers a powerful reminder. The only time we truly have is the present moment. In his Meditations, he writes, "The present moment is all we have. Life is a series of moments that pass us by, but the present is where our power lies." The Stoics encourage us to fully immerse ourselves in the present, without letting the past weigh us down or the future cause anxiety. Life is always unfolding now, in this very instant, and it's in this space where we can make our choices and take action. Think of the act of breathing. You cannot breathe for tomorrow or yesterday. You can only breathe right now. Each breath is an opportunity to reconnect with the present, to be aware of what is before you, to feel the ground beneath your feet and the world around you. It's the same with everything in life, our thoughts, our actions, and our relationships. By embracing the present, we free ourselves from the endless cycle of worry. The past can no longer control us, and the future no longer paralyzes us. Instead, we become fully engaged in the now, where we can find peace and make meaningful decisions. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that the present is where we have the most control. And when we learn to live in the present moment, we allow ourselves to experience life more deeply and intentionally. 3. Accept what happens. Have you ever felt a surge of frustration or resistance when things don't go according to plan? It's a natural reaction to want to control every outcome and avoid discomfort. But what if, instead of fighting against what life throws at us, we simply accept what happens and find peace in that acceptance? Marcus Aurelius often reminds us that life is full of things beyond our control, and resisting them only causes unnecessary suffering. In his Meditations, he writes, "Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears." This Stoic rule doesn't mean we should passively accept everything as if we are powerless. It means understanding that events, circumstances, and people's actions are beyond our control, and learning to align ourselves with reality instead of constantly battling it. When we accept things as they are, we free ourselves from the burden of frustration, disappointment, and anger. Imagine you're on a journey, and you encounter an unexpected detour. You can either be upset and resentful, or you can accept the detour and make the most of it. Life, much like a journey, will often take unexpected turns. But the way we respond determines whether we find peace or turmoil. By accepting what happens, not as an enemy, but as part of the natural course of life, we cultivate a sense of serenity and resilience. This doesn't mean we stop trying or working toward our goals. Rather, it means we learn to adjust our expectations and embrace change with grace. When we practice acceptance, we stop resisting reality and start working with it, making us stronger, wiser, and more at peace with the flow of life. 4. Be honest with yourself. Have you ever avoided facing the truth about your own actions, thoughts, or desires? It's easy to deceive ourselves, telling ourselves stories that are more comfortable than reality. But Marcus Aurelius encourages us to be honest with ourselves, to confront the truth no matter how uncomfortable it may be. In his Meditations, he writes, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which depends on the future, and the failure to live in the present moment." What he means is that we often lie to ourselves by living in illusions about who we are, what we can do, or what is truly important. In doing so, we miss out on the reality of our situation and our potential for growth. Being honest with yourself means taking a hard look at your strengths, weaknesses, and motivations. It means not pretending to be something you are not, and it requires the courage to face the uncomfortable truths that may lie within you. Whether it's confronting your fears, acknowledging your flaws, or recognizing areas where you can improve, self-honesty is the key to growth. Imagine you're trying to fix a broken machine. If you deny that there's a problem or cover up the damage, you'll never repair it. But if you honestly assess the situation, you can begin to fix what's broken. The same applies to our inner lives. When we deny the truth about ourselves, we prevent progress. When we face it head-on, we can begin the process of healing and improving. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that self-honesty is not an act of judgment, but of self-awareness. Only by seeing ourselves clearly can we move forward with clarity and purpose. 5. Live according to nature. Have you ever felt out of sync with the world around you? Like you're pushing against the natural flow of things, struggling to find your place? Marcus Aurelius reminds us that to live a harmonious life, we must live according to nature, embracing the natural order of the world and our own nature as human beings. In his Meditations, he writes, "Nature is the nature of all things. If you are in harmony with nature, you will be in harmony with everything." This Stoic rule emphasizes that everything has its proper place in the grand design of the universe. Just as a tree grows naturally in its environment, we too must learn to grow in accordance with our true nature. Living according to nature means accepting our human nature, with all its limitations and potential. It involves recognizing that we are part of a greater whole, the universe, society, and life itself, and that our role is to align with its rhythms, rather than resist them. Consider the seasons. We can't make spring come any sooner, or force autumn to last longer. But when we align ourselves with the changing seasons, we find peace in their natural course. In the same way, when we live in harmony with our own nature, our capacity for reason, virtue, and growth, we align ourselves with the flow of life, rather than fighting against it. This doesn't mean we should passively accept everything that happens. It means we should accept the reality of the world and our place within it, using our unique abilities to live virtuously and purposefully. By living according to nature, we cultivate peace of mind, understanding that we are part of something greater than ourselves. We learn to embrace both the challenges and joys that come with being human. 6. Practice gratitude. Have you ever found yourself focusing on what you don't have instead of appreciating what you do? It's easy to get caught up in the idea that happiness comes from acquiring more or achieving the next goal. But Marcus Aurelius teaches us that true contentment lies in practicing gratitude for what we already have. In his Meditations, he writes, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil." While this may seem like a somber way to begin the day, it is actually a reminder to be grateful for the opportunity to practice patience, understanding, and virtue, regardless of how others may behave. Gratitude isn't just about being thankful for the pleasant things in life. It's about recognizing the value in everything that life offers us. Whether it's the people who challenge us, the obstacles that teach us, or even the simplest of joys like a quiet moment or a good meal, there is always something to be thankful for. Imagine a small garden. If you only focus on the weeds, you miss the beauty of the flowers growing there. But if you take the time to appreciate every part of your garden, both the weeds and the flowers, you'll realize there's value in each, and you'll find joy in the present moment. The same is true for life. Gratitude allows us to see the beauty in even the most challenging circumstances. By practicing gratitude daily, we shift our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. This simple yet profound shift in perspective can lead to a life filled with more contentment, peace, and appreciation for the world around us. 7. Cultivate inner peace. How often do you let external events disturb your inner calm? Whether it's stress at work, conflicts with others, or the chaos of the world, it can feel like our peace of mind is constantly under attack. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us that true peace comes from within, and we have the power to protect it, no matter what's happening around us. In his Meditations, he writes, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This rule emphasizes that our peace is not dependent on external circumstances, but on our own thoughts and reactions. No matter what happens in the world, we can choose how we respond. Imagine a calm lake. The water's surface remains still, even when storms rage above it. This is how we should strive to be in our own lives, unchanged by the winds of external events, centered and steady despite the turmoil around us. When we cultivate inner peace, we protect ourselves from being swept away by the chaos of life. To practice this, focus on training your mind. Instead of reacting impulsively to negative situations, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, how do I want to respond to this? By cultivating awareness and control over our thoughts, we become the masters of our own peace. By choosing calmness over frustration and tranquility over distress, we reclaim our power. And with each practice of inner peace, we find ourselves more resilient, more grounded, and more in harmony with ourselves and the world. 8. Practice self-discipline. Have you ever struggled to stay focused or motivated, especially when it comes to things that require long-term effort or sacrifice? It's easy to give in to distractions, desires, or impatience, but Marcus Aurelius teaches us that self-discipline is the key to a virtuous and fulfilling life. In his Meditations, he writes, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This rule emphasizes that the ability to control our impulses and stay focused on our goals is essential to living a good life. Self-discipline is not about rigid control or repression. It's about aligning our actions with our highest values and long-term objectives. Imagine a skilled archer aiming at a target. Every movement is deliberate and focused. The archer doesn't let distractions or impulses interfere with the goal. In the same way, self-discipline allows us to focus on what truly matters, ignoring the temporary pleasures or distractions that can derail us from our purpose. To practice self-discipline, set clear goals and commit to the actions required to achieve them, even when it's difficult. Cultivate habits that align with your values, whether it's exercising regularly, working on personal growth, or simply taking time to rest and recharge. By mastering your impulses, you strengthen your character and ensure that your actions are in harmony with your highest aspirations. Self-discipline, when practiced consistently, helps us move closer to the Stoic ideal of living a virtuous and purposeful life, free from the distractions that often lead us astray. 9. Embrace change. Have you ever resisted change, holding on tightly to the way things are? It's natural to want stability and certainty, but life is in a constant state of flux. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that embracing change is not only inevitable, it's a path to growth and wisdom. In his Meditations, he writes, "Everything that happens is part of the whole. Change is part of nature's cycle, and we must flow with it." This rule reminds us that change is a fundamental part of existence, and resisting it leads to frustration and inner conflict. Instead, we should accept change as an opportunity to evolve, to adapt, and to learn. Imagine a river. It is always moving, always changing, yet its flow remains consistent. In the same way, we must learn to move with life's currents, accepting that nothing stays the same forever. The seasons change, people change, and even we ourselves change. When we embrace these changes, we become more resilient and open to new possibilities. By embracing change, we free ourselves from fear and frustration. We stop trying to control the uncontrollable and instead focus on what we can learn from each moment. Change doesn't have to be feared. It's an essential part of the journey that can bring new opportunities, growth, and transformation. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that change, when embraced with an open mind and heart, is not something to resist but something to welcome as a natural part of life's flow.